Hi, I'm Betty Flakes Pillsbury of Green Spiral Herbs, and today I'd like to talk to you about making one of my favorite herbal teas for when I get a sore throat. We'll be making sage and ginger tea. For sage, I like to make sure that when I've dried my sage from my garden, and this is good old garden sage, Salvia officinalis, that I like to keep my leaves whole. And when they dry up, they look like this. I like to keep it whole because as soon as you crush a leaf, it releases the volatile oils, and that's where the medicine is. So I take a little bit in my hand, simply crush it up in my fingers. You could also use a mortar and pestle for this, but it's really not necessary. And you'll notice that as you crush it up in your fingertips, it gets all light and fluffy. Now, if you were to go to a grocery store, you'd find this called rubbed sage rather than whole leaf sage. But like I said, I like to keep my herbs whole until I need them because I want those volatile oils left in the herb, and that's where the medicine is. Once I have about a teaspoonful of herb, I'm going to put that into my tea infuser. The infuser is a mesh basket-like item, and this one happens to have moon and stars around it, that will fit easily into my mug where I'm going to make my tea. The next thing that I'll do is put a little bit of fresh ginger root into this mixture. I like fresh better than dried for this because dried is a little bit too hot for this application. Sage is astringent, and it will also reduce the inflammation in the mucous membranes, and ginger has the same effect, and they're both very good for the digestion too. So a lot of times if you have that sore throat, you also have a little bit of a queasy tummy, and this tea is perfect for both of those things. Now you'll notice that this ginger root is nice and plump. There's no wrinkles to it, and you can even see where there's a little bit of a sprout that's wanting to come up. That means that I've got really good live, dry, or fresh ginger root. So I'm going to cut off just a little bit of the ginger root. I'm going to peel back. Now, if I wanted to, I could have planted this like I would an iris rhizome and put it in a pot, and I'd have plenty of ginger root later to grow. I'm going to slightly peel it. Quick like this. And then I'm going to slice it into rounds and put it in my infuser basket. Just a couple rounds is all you need. Throw that into the basket as well. Then I'm going to take my hot water, pour it in until it fills the cup up. It smells good already. And then I'll take a tea cozy, place it over the cup, and let that infuse for 5 to 7 minutes. Now, if you don't have a cozy, you could certainly use a towel or something like that. But what I'm doing is keeping all that steam in, all those volatile oils into the cup of tea until I'm ready to drink it. Then enjoy.